a chair or something you can set it up on?
I have a little table right here, but it's like my phone is plugged in to charge, and it's like, I don't know, it's not reaching. So
Okay, let's see if everything's working. Guys, if this is working for you, can you please press 1? Can you hear me and her really well? Is everything good?
they can hear.
Okay. You know,
Oh my god.
I'm not going to lie, we look alike a bit, don't you think?
What?
We look alike a little bit.
I see it. I see what you mean.
Like my eyebrows. We got nice eyes. What's your star sign?
I'm sorry.
What's your star sign?
My star sign. I'm an Aries, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I'm a Sagittarius. We're compatible.
Oh my god, we are. You know, my ex-boyfriend of 3 years is a Sagittarius. That's so, like, we were so compatible, so, like, it's pretty cool.
One of my really close best friends, we were like this since high school, and she was an Aries. Like,
Really?
I think that's why when I'm on the phone with you, we talk a lot. We're seriously blah, 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 and then we try to get up, and then we talk about something else about blah, 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 blah. That's funny. Okay, so there's a lot of you guys on. I just want to remind everyone, I think there's 133. I'm sure more will come on. Let me get my lighting on. I don't know if we'll probably look better off. But, just wanted to let you guys know that all the important questions that you have will be answered at the end of the stream, okay? I'm just going to let her have her spot. I'm not ignoring you or anything like that. If you have a real important question, I'm obviously going to answer fan mail. So if you want your question, yeah, already I got fan mails. What's up, Trisha? Trisha's apparently watching. So, you know, I'll answer all the fan questions and stuff at the end. Alright? Is that cool, guys? Okay, so, where did we begin? How did you meet?
Oh god.
We're getting into
so
it now. We're getting deep in it. How did you meet Jan?
Okay, so we met through Instagram. I remember it was literally like 3 in the morning here, and I was just on YouTube, just on social media, and I saw one of Lele Pons' videos that she's a really big Viner, and I saw he was in it, and I was like, oh, I've never seen this guy in her videos. He must be new. He must be just starting to shoot with them. So I was like, oh my god, he's so gorgeous. Let me go stalk and like find his Instagram. So I found his Instagram and I went on it, and I just liked a couple pictures. I followed him. He has a large following, so I didn't think that he would really like notice, and I wasn't really trying to like get his attention. I was just whatever, attractive guy on Instagram, let me follow. And the next thing I know, like 2 seconds later, he's messaging me, and he's like, oh, you're the most gorgeous human being, whatever the DM said. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so crazy. I didn't think he would notice. So that's how we started talking. That's how we met.
Okay, awesome. So that's how you met. That's how you started met. Who basically, who started flirting with who first? Who pursued who first?
I mean, he did. He obviously did. He messaged me and he's like, you're the most gorgeous human being. And like right off the bat, he was like, you're not seeing anyone, right? Because I will make you mine. So he was already talking like that right off the bat. And I was like, whoa, baby boy moving real fast here. And I remember I even screenshotted it and sent it to my friend because I was like, whoa, this guy's like, I don't know. He was really nice and he was really cool. And he like, just in the beginning, just right there when we first started talking, he was already like talking about me coming to LA or like asking me to come to LA and stuff. So
how early on did he start talking about you going to LA and stuff?
I'm sorry, what was the first part of the question? Like break up a little bit.
How early, when you guys started talking, how early, like, was it like 2 days later he was like, oh, I want you to come to LA, and how early was it?
Pretty much. It was like everything. Oh my gosh, when I think about the situation, it's like, it's insane because everything happened so fast. Everything that's happened has happened literally like the last, not even 2 months, and all this fucking bullshit has happened. Excuse my language. I'm trying to keep it classy. But it was literally like in 2 days.
Hang on one sec. Guy, oh no, you're good. Sorry, go.
it was like we started talking and we were being a little flirty. You know, we were saying, oh, we want to get to know each other and stuff like that. And then like 2 days later, he was already like, I already like you so much and stuff like that. And then it just started like kind of moving faster from there. And then I remember, I think it was 3 or 4 days later after the first time that we started talking, we FaceTime for the first time. We were like both super excited to like, you know, be talking to each other and stuff. And then that's when things got a little more serious, because then he started like, I don't know, he was moving kind of fast, and like honestly, I'm not really used to that. It kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I was like, I just kind of went with it, you know? I thought that it could have been something special, so I was going along with it, you know? I was excited, and you know, like literally 4 days later, he was already like saying I love you and shit, which was like,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So, by the way, I got some of the screenshots, guys. I just want to let everyone know, if you could share this and like this up a lot, I will really appreciate it. And just let everyone know what's up, what's going on. Much love for you guys who do. I do have the receipts as well, and I'm editing a video as we speak, okay? So you guys will have a video sometime today. I just finished the animation, so I just thought I'd let everyone know about that. Okay, so when he was talking about, when did he start talking about you moving to LA, and whose idea was it first? Was it yours or was it his?
We were saying like, I said, oh, I want to meet you in person. And then he said, I remember he said, when can we arrange to meet each other? And I remember we were saying, come in October, or like, oh, after October. And then he was like, no, that's too far. So then I was like, oh, I could come in October, like the end of the month. So then we just talked about that a little bit, and then we just, sorry, this is like super overwhelming right now, but it was literally like 2 days into everything that everything started getting really serious, like him talking about saying that he really likes me, that he already really likes me, and all this stuff, and just, I don't know.
Okay. So, you were just playing along. What? You didn't see that as, at first, you didn't see that as like, holy shit, it's flags. Like, this guy's sus. Like, this guy's obviously,
like, he was moving.
either he's really needy or he's playing games. You didn't think like that at the start?
I'm not gonna lie, I did. Because, you know, I've already been through high school. Like, I know boys in high school say that kind of stuff. Like, oh, I want to marry you. I want to have kids with you, blah, blah, blah. You know, they say those things. And, you know, that's obviously, like, high school boy bullshit. Like, that's not really true. So, like, I thought about that. I was like, is he just, like, trying to be a little fuckboy and, like, just saying these things? But then I was like, no, there's no way he's saying these things and trying to play me. I'm across the country. There's no way that somebody's gonna play somebody on that level, you know? So that's really what made me believe, like, oh my gosh, he must really like me. This could be something special. Because, you know, love is it's strange, you know? People fall in love and it's, you know, there's not any specific type of way to falling in love. It's like, it just happens, and it's really, you know, it can be really unpredictable. So I was like, you know, it could be one of those situations. We met on Instagram and we just, you know. So me being so far away and him talking the way that he was talking to me is what really made me believe that this could be something special. Like, why the hell would this guy be trying to play me when I'm all the way across the country and he looks the way that he does and he's in a city full of beautiful women? Why me? You know, so I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what.
Yeah. You kind of, it's like, you were like, at first you were like this, but it's like, at the same time you were justifying why he wouldn't play you, because you never thought players would go at that level to try to play you. Am I correct?
Exactly.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. A guy will do anything for some pussy, okay? He will do everything to, he will like, seriously, there's some really nasty ass guys out there that do everything from manipulate. You would never think they'll do something so horrible, but they really fucking do. And some of them even try to convince themselves, oh, I'm not a player because of this, but really, they're wasting people's times and playing games and shit. Okay, so, okay, so he started telling you that he liked you, he wanted you to come to LA, you were obviously keen as well. Did he ever offer you a ticket, like offer to pay you to go over there?
Yeah, that's when because when we were talking about, when he asked me, oh, when can we set up to like meet each other? He said, I'll buy your ticket. And I said, oh, really? So like he did offer. And then this was another red flag. Like we were talking about like we wanted to meet each other and stuff and all this stuff, but then he like wasn't like, I don't know, he was telling me to look up tickets and stuff, but he wasn't really making it seem like he was gonna purchase it. So then I was like, okay, that's not really that big of a deal. He doesn't like have to buy my ticket. So then I just said, okay, I'll buy the ticket myself. So 'cause I really wanted to meet
You
him.
were like, boss up. You were like, I can buy the ticket myself. Let me tell you another tip, okay, ladies? If a guy's interested in you, he should pay for the ticket. That's just me. I'm old school. Like, if a guy's really into me and he's like, oh, I like you, I'm like, okay, you really want me to see you, you can pay for the ticket. But I guess, you know, it was neutral. But still, as a man, he should have kind of like offered at least, in my opinion. So when did it start to get really serious between you guys? And you were like, what was your plan when you were going to LA? What was your plan?
So originally I was supposed to come to LA for just a week, just to meet and spend time together, get to know each other. But when I told him, um, I'm gonna come. I was supposed to come the 22nd until the 29th, which is a week. And he said, yeah, that's fine, but could you stay longer? And I said, yeah, I can stay longer. So then I I told him I'm gonna get a one-way since I don't know exactly when I'll be coming back. Are you cool with that? And he said, yeah, that's fine. And then he started talking about how like I want you to live here. Like I want to be able to live with you and like move in with you and all this stuff. And I thought it was really like, whoa, he's really about it. And oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I just talking about it, I feel so like embarrassed and dumb because like there were just so many red flags and I just ignored them. I was really justifying it. But yeah, he started saying like he wants me to come there and like live with him and be able to move in with him. And the plan was I was supposed to come to LA and we were gonna meet up with one of his friends and we were gonna do Airbnb. And I think it was 1 or 2 weeks later, a couple weeks later, his best friend from back home. I'm obviously not gonna say his name. He was supposed to come and we were all supposed to get an apartment together. Like we were planning that. I remember like, and I even told him like we would split the cost and all this stuff. So that was the plan. That was the plan when I got to LA. He told like there's receipts, there's Snapchats of him like saying all this stuff. Him saying like, "Oh, I'm in love with you," and I, it's all there. You guys will see. Don't worry.
Yeah, you guys see some in my video. Okay, so he's like telling you he wants you to live there. Do you
Yeah.
reckon he's a scrub? Hang on, maybe later on you probably felt he was. We'll get to that later. He sounds, from what you told me, he sounds like a scrub a little bit. I don't want no scrub. Okay, so did you ever know who Vanessa was before you went to LA?
I knew of her, but I only knew of her because like, I like this guy, so I was always on his Instagram, and I saw a comment from her saying like "daddy" or something, and I was like, oh, who's that girl? I wonder, like I don't know, like is that? I was curious to know who she was because she was commenting on his page like that. I noticed they were following each other. So like I did know of her, but I had no idea that they were anything at all. I remember I saw her in his snaps, and I remember it seemed like a little romantic, but I was like, nah, there's no way he's with this girl. And then he's having me come out there. I remember like I was talking to my friend about it on Snapchat. we were like, who's this girl? Like, I wonder if this is somebody that he's like seeing. But then we both just dismissed it and we're like, nah, that's just a friend. So like, I never even asked him about her at all. I never asked him like, oh, who's the girl in your snaps or anything, because
Yeah.
never thought like, what the fuck, this guy is seeing this girl, but then he's having, it just didn't make sense. So I just dismissed it and didn't
Yeah.
think anything of it.
Oh, damn. See, another lesson, guys. Don't be embarrassed to be a detective and find out if he comments on her Instagram, what they say. Because if he's flirting with other girls. Did you guys ever make it official before you moved to LA where he like, okay, you're my boyfriend and I'm your girlfriend? No, I'm your boyfriend and you're my girlfriend. Did you guys ever make it official?
We did not, but he did say like, oh, I want to make this official, like I want us, like I want us to be official. And I think we should do it in person. I think it'll be more special that way if we do it in person,
Okay.
because I thought it was really, I didn't really feel comfortable with like making it official like that, like, you know me being so far away, not even meeting each other in person yet, because I want to meet this guy obviously before I like make things official with him. So yeah,
Mm, okay, I
did
get
not make
you.
it official before I came to LA.
Okay, awesome. So Vanessa wants to say that, oh my God, she's crazy and wanted my man. Now you got a little bit of a backstory, guys. Okay, so you went to LA. What happened when you arrived at LA? You met him at the airport. I got the photo. What happened from there?
From there, we met up with his friend who was flying in the same exact day as me, and then we were in a bit of like a situation because we were trying to book an Airbnb, but it was not working. Like, we were trying to do it through the app, but for some reason it kept on blocking me out and it kept on blocking him out, and then his friend too. So we were having a hard time with it. So for like a few hours, we were just um, kind of hanging out at this. I don't want to say like the place. I don't want to disclose like the building. But we were at this, let's say, apartment complex, just like trying to figure things out. Um, so we were just trying to figure that out for like the first few hours. We were just kind of hanging out, and then we finally figured out, and we got an Airbnb. And that was the very first Airbnb. And then I remember that night we went to a party, which is where the video came from, the video that I posted. So, and we were only at that party for less than an hour because I remember he was telling me like, let me know when you want to go. Tell me when you want to leave. It's okay. I don't care about partying at all. Like, just let me know when you want to go. So we were there. We spent some time there. We did not drink. Like, Jan always told me he's not really into drinking and like partying, which was another reason why I really liked him, because I'm not really into that either. So like, we went to this party and we didn't get drunk.
And
We didn't, we were just hanging out, said hello to some people. He introduced me, and then we left and we went back to the Airbnb. Um, just me and him. His friend stayed. So that was the first night.
okay, this is quite funny because you booked an Airbnb. Where was he living before?
He was living with Vanessa. He was living with
Are you
Vanessa, but I had no idea. Like I said, I had no idea that they were involved. Like, um, the day that I flew in was the day that he left her place. He willingly he went there and he packed up his stuff and he left. And oh my God, every time I talk about this and I remember, I'm like, oh my God, there was another red flag. Like, I remember um, he went there and he picked up his stuff. He got his stuff, and then um, he came back down to talk to me and his friend, like to figure out the Airbnb situation. And I remember he was talking about it, like, "Oh, bro, like my stuff was outside the door," and just the way he was talking about it sounded like this girl was fucking pissed off. But I was a little confused because I was like, "But if that's like his friend, why is this girl stressing?" He said that like
did
her.
you know did you know that he was staying with Vanessa?
No, I actually did not know that they were living together at all. I
When
didn't know.
did you find out?
I found out the day that I flew in when he left her place. Cuz I was like, "Oh, like, is that the girl in your snap or whatever?" And He said it's just a friend that was letting him stay there with her.
Okay.
But I was really weirded
Wow.
out. I didn't even ask him. I didn't even ask him about it. You know how dumb I feel like telling this story because I am so aware of how like in denial I was, kind of like ignoring all the
Yeah.
red flags, you know?
It's like you were in, and it's okay. We all get that like that sometimes, and it takes a while to learn. But you were in a place where you were like desperate for, like you really wanted it to work. You were desperate for affection, attention, like a relationship. Am I
I would
right?
I would not say desperate because I was in a relationship for 3.5 years, very close
Okay.
to 4 years, and that ended back in January. We're in good terms, everything's fine, but I've been completely single ever since. Like, I went to Miami, I was doing pursuing my career as a model, living in Miami, all this stuff, and I was not seeing anybody. I wasn't messing around with anybody. I just got out of a really long relationship, and I decided that, like, this emotional distress is not worth it. I don't want to be in a relationship. So I didn't get involved with any men at all. Um, and I was completely single, and then he like just comes out of nowhere and is, obviously he's super attractive, really nice to look at, and he's just saying all these sweet things to me, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, like I'd be dumb to not pursue this kind of in a way, you know?" And it
Yeah.
all really, the biggest thing that just kept me like, how do I say it, like made me like ignore the red flags is the fact that I was so far away and I did not believe that he could possibly be playing me. Like, I'm sorry, but I was just not aware that fuck boys on that level existed. That's all I have to say. Like,
Okay, so he left Vanessa's apartment and he went to Airbnb with you.
yeah.
Um, Man, it sounded like he was trying to make you the side thing. You know what I mean? Let's get an Airbnb. But then you heard him complaining how the bags were just thrown out of his room. Is that correct?
Yeah, he didn't say they were thrown out, but he said like he went back to get something. And he said that his stuff was outside of the door, something like that. He said something that didn't really add up because I was like, it sounds like this girl's kind of pissed off, but it's like, why is she pissed off? That's just his friend. And I was dumb and I didn't even ask about it. Like, ugh, this is so like, ugh.
Okay. So he ends up staying with you for a while. Did he ever pay half of the bills or whatever like that? Did he have his end of the bargain?
No. He claimed that he had not been paid yet, so he didn't have any money to be able to, because all three of us, me, him, and the friend, were supposed to split the cost of the Airbnb. And he said he wasn't paid yet. So then I paid for his part. So, like, every Airbnb that we went to, I was paying for his part, which I didn't, that wasn't a big deal to me because I really cared about him so much. I was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. That's not a big deal. And I was never expecting like, oh, he's gonna like, I didn't even like care if he like really paid me back. I wasn't really thinking about it that way because I cared about him so much. But then like after everything like happened and everything started getting really shitty, I was like, fuck no. Like, the least you could do is pay me back, you know? But he never
Okay.
did, ever. And he's
Okay. When did you? So how long? The girls are saying you were together for like the girls are saying that he told you on I think the fourth day that he was interested in Vanessa, like he liked Vanessa and wasn't like interested with you anymore.
No, that's not what happened. We were at the Airbnb and then we went to another Airbnb. And at the second Airbnb, I remember this day, like everything was fine. Like everything, there was no sort of conflict, nothing at all. And then that night, we went to an event. Um, we went to this event and it was like I'm not gonna say what it was. And everything was fine. It was me, him, and his friend. We went there, we were chilling, whatever, and then we were there for like a couple hours, and then we went back to the. Am I talking like too fast and too loud?
Nah, you're good.
Okay. Um, so we went to this event, and then after the event, we went back to the apartment. And before his friend was drinking at the event, I wasn't really. I was a little bit, and was not like drunk. I was just like kind of drinking like I don't really like this place, but I guess I'm here, so I'll just like take a couple sips. Um, Whatever. That's not the point. But his friend was drinking at this event. So when we were leaving, for some reason in the Uber, when we were on the way back to um, the Airbnb, his friend like was kind of starting some beef with me for some reason. I was like, he's drunk. I remember we were in the car, and for some reason he turned around. He was like, "Oh, I see those looks that you give Jan. I see those little smirks. You don't know what I do. You don't know what I'm doing." I was like, you're drunk, turn around, I'm not doing this with you, like I don't know what you're talking about, what looks. So then everything was fine, and we went back to the Airbnb, but his friend was like still like kind of upset, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to you when we get back, Jan." And I was like, I didn't say anything, like, okay, whatever, you guys can talk. So then when we got back, his friend went to the store, and me and Jan went back to the Airbnb. um, and then Jan left because he was going to go talk to the friend. So they talked in private, not in the apartment. And then Jan comes back, and he said, "I need to talk to you." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. What's going on?" And then he told me like he wasn't ready for it. He told me, "I'm not ready for it. I have to focus on my vision." He said, uh, it was really shitty to hear that, because it's like I had been there for a couple of days, and then like, I thought it was gonna be, we were gonna stay together and all this stuff, but like hearing that was just really crappy. But I respected him, and I said, "It's okay, I understand, like that's fine." But he never said anything about Vanessa. What the fuck are they trying to say? He never said like, "Oh, I'm actually into Vanessa. This can't work." I'm sorry, but if he had like said that, he wouldn't have been doing Airbnb with me for like the next 3 weeks after that. He would have gone straight with her. Why the hell would he hang out with me for, and be with me after?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
he never mentioned Vanessa at all. He just said he wasn't ready for it, and I respected him, but he never like ended it with me. Like he was never like, "This can't work. Like we can't do this." Um, I said that like I'm still obviously gonna stay in LA, because I did not go to LA just for Jan. Like I went to LA also for modeling. Like my booker, he had set up meetings for me to meet with agencies in LA. So, I was still gonna do that. I had my appointment set up, so like I wasn't just
Okay.
gonna be like, "Okay, well Jan, like it's not gonna work, so, or like you're not ready for it, so I'm just gonna leave." But
Okay.
we were
How
still,
many?
even after
How
that,
many?
we were still had a thing.
So how many days until he told you that,
I'm
or
sorry.
weeks? How many days until he told you that he thought he wanted to focus on his career, this wasn't in his vision or
Like
whatever?
I arrived, how many days after?
Yeah.
It was, let me see, we spent 2 days I flew in on a Saturday. We stayed that Saturday at the Airbnb. That Sunday we did as well. That It was like a couple days. It was like 2 or 3 days after, which was
Okay,
like, it
awesome.
was so shitty. I was like, wow, I just got
Yeah,
here.
that was
Like, what the
that
fuck?
would have been that would have been shitty. Okay, so he told you that he basically so did he say like I don't want to pursue a relationship with you, or how did he word it, like if
He
you
said
remember?
not. He said he really likes me. He said he has like those strong feelings for me. He said he loves me. He said that he really does care about me, but he can't have it right now. He said, "I don't see it
Okay.
right now." And he said this stuff, and regardless of him saying that he wasn't ready for it right now, that he needed to focus on his you know his career, even after that we were still like kissing, and we were still being the same way that we were. So that didn't him saying that didn't really like change anything.
Okay. Okay, so you don't think that would have rung bells for you? Because he's like, I'm not ready for it now, but hey, I still want to kiss you, and I'm sure there were other things. So I'm sure he's like, hey, I'm still going to kiss you, do whatever. You didn't think that was like a bit sus, or like, I need to get away from this guy because I still have feelings for him, or?
I mean, I thought.
You were hoping for him to change his mind, maybe?
I mean, he was still just being the same way towards me. So it's like, I don't know. He was still being the same way towards me even after he said like I'm not ready for it right now. So it's like I still like, I stayed like continued to do that Airbnb with him. We like stayed together like, and we kept doing that for like 3 weeks. Like it didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just really embarrassed telling the story because it's like really just so many fucking red flags that of the act, honestly.
Okay, look, I'm gonna quickly run to the toilet. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, if you need to go, go.
Yeah, guys, telling this situation is ugh, needs to come to light, but
Okay,
like, I do know that
just
it's
need
like
to dry my
fucking
hands.
embarrassing.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so when did you first meet Vanessa and Chandler?
That was when I met them. So much had already like happened, or there was like so much going on already. I met them like weeks later, um, at the apartment.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go back then. If so many things happened before that, let's go back when he told you that and you continue to start acting normal. When did everything start to go weird and break and go to hell for you?
Okay, so everything was like everything started to really like kind of get really like weird and uncomfortable and like kind of really confusing and kind of mind fucking. Um, when Vanessa, I remember we were at this guy's place, and I remember Vanessa started like they were texting a lot and like whatever. I thought that was his friend, but then I was like, why is she texting you so much? And then I remember he was on her Instagram or something, or he was on Instagram and he was watching the stories, and he played her story. And in it, she was freaking out. She was like going off. She was like, "Oh, what would you guys do if you're talking to a boy and you're clearly talking to each other, and then you see that he comments on another girl's photo, um, saying like mommy or like all this stuff?" And I was really confused about it. I was like, is she talking about Jan? Like, and he was watching this like in front of me, and like he was texting her, and I don't know, I was really confused that she was texting so much and she kept on calling, and then like I don't know. I'm so dumb because that situation clearly fucking showed that like he like was involved with her, and then he was just like playing some sort of bullshit game, but I just like fucking dismissed it.
One
So
more sec. Can I just hold you for one sec because this is really bugging me? Fofo tofu. I did wash my hands. That's why I dried my hands there. Didn't you guys see me dry my hands? They're like, you didn't wash your hands. I did, man. Okay, they always do that. Okay, so you see him doing weird texts and stuff like that. What
yeah,
happened after that?
he was texting her a lot, and she was like kind of she was calling too like a ton, and I'm just like, why is this girl like freaking out? Um, and because I remember previously, like a few days before, she was really upset because people were telling her that he was using her or something. So then I thought that somebody had like, I was like, oh, somebody probably told her some crap again, and that's why she's stressing out. And then he like went to talk to her in person that night, and that's when everything started to like get really like weird and really just confusing about his feelings. He went and talked to her, and he talked to her for like a couple hours, and he said that he told her everything, that, oh, this is a girl that I really like this girl. He told me that he told her about me. That's what he said. Because I don't know. It was really confusing because I was like, why is she so like upset? And I kind of thought like, it kind of seems like they're involved or something, but nah. Like I would just dismiss everything, and ugh, sorry, just thinking about it is just fucking terrible. And then that's when everything started to just really change. Because then after that night that he talked to her, he was acting different. He was still like he was pushing himself. He was like pushing like away and like not really. We would still like kiss and stuff, and like we were like laying in the same bed, sleeping in the same bed every night and stuff. But like it felt different. And I really thought like, is it because of Vanessa? So then like when I just noticed his behavior starting to change, I asked him, and I wasn't pissed. I wasn't like, oh my god, is it that girl? Like I wasn't being like a bitch, but I told him like, do you like her? Like do you like her? Is that why you're being different towards me? Um and he would just say, no, she's just a friend. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not her. No. I'm just going through a lot. And he never said anything about like that he liked her or that he had feelings for her. I asked him a lot because, I told him, if you want to be with her, that's okay. Like if you really like her, that's fine. Just tell me. Just please be honest with me. All I ever asked him was to please just be honest with me. Like I never said anything bad about her. I never said, oh my god, that bitch, blah blah blah. I was never like that. I just told him like, if you like her, please just tell me. Cause what made me think that like there was maybe something going on was the fact that after that night that he talked to her, he started acting different towards me.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so that happened between you and him. Um, was there? Vanessa says that you saw her in her apartment and she bumped into you. What you bumped into her and all that shit. Did that actually ever happen?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up a little bit. Could you just repeat that again?
Vanessa says that you bumped into her, like shouldered her really roughly or some shit. Did that ever happen?
I did. We did bump shoulders, but she wants to make it seem like I was like, okay, so we were all, this was like a really awkward, uncomfortable situation because we were all hanging out at this or like me and his friend. Okay, let me go back to the beginning of
Okay.
the day. So that day, I remember I had decided to stay another night at the Airbnb where we were, and then we were gonna stay there, and then Jan left to go film some skit or something. So then me and his friend were left alone, and we were fine. We were hanging out, walking around the city. We went to get something to eat, and we were fine. And then we were gonna go and meet up with Jan so that we could all hang out. And we've been living together, so we were just gonna go meet up with him. So then me and his friend. Sorry, excuse the vicious dog in the.
Oh my god, that scared me.
I'm sorry, my dog is really vicious. Sorry. Um,
He probably can smell some vicious girls in the chat.
right? But anyway, me and his friend were just hanging out during the day, and then we went to meet up with Jan, and we went to this apartment complex or whatever, and me and his friend were playing pool, and then we went to. Excuse the dog, please. Sergeant, you need to chill. Seriously, dog. Um, so we went to the apartment complex, and we were gonna meet up with Jan, but then, like, I don't know what the hell was going on, but like, his friend went outside to like talk to him or something, and then his friend comes back, and he's like really like, he's kind of pissed off, and he told me Vanessa's over there, go punch her in the face. And I was like, I thought he was kidding. I thought he was joking. Like, I thought he was just saying that, like, oh, ha, ha, Vanessa, because he knew that I had been asking Jan about her, like, a lot. So I thought he was, like, kind of joking with me. But I guess Vanessa was, like, calling him out about something, or they were arguing or talking. And I guess she was saying, like, she knew that I was around. So I guess she was like, I'm gonna go ask her why she blocked me on Instagram. I'm gonna go ask her or something. So
Did
then
you
like
block her on Instagram?
I did block her on Instagram because I knew that she was having people snoop on my stuff or something, and I was just like, why is she doing that? That's unnecessary. Like, there's no reason for her to do that. It was
So
just like kind of
who told you that someone was snooping on your Instagram?
Jan. Like, I remember he said she's got people that like watch her stuff or something like that. And when he said that, I was like, that's weird. Why is she doing that? That's unnecessary. So I blocked her. So I'm sorry, where was I in my story? We
Okay,
were
so the guy told
Oh,
you.
yes. I was gonna say, and then like he told me that Vanessa was out there, and then I thought he was joking with me, but then like she really was like talking to Jan like right outside of where we were, and then all of a sudden Jan like disappeared, and he like I don't know if he like assuming he went with her, and then me and his friend were kind of pissed off. We were kind of annoyed, like we just came here to meet up with you, and you're like disappearing and like leaving. What's going on? Like,
Okay, hold
no,
on
we're
one
gonna.
sec. Hold on one sec. I'm so sorry. I notice your things freezes a little bit. Guys, with you now, does she have to log off and then log back on? Is that why her screen keeps freezing? Can you guys let me know?
People are so annoying. Sorry.
Not freezing for me. Okay, so she's not freezing for you. It's just me. It's not freezing. She's fine. Not freezing. Okay, awesome. Okay, so sorry. Go on.
Um, what was I? Sorry, I don't know exactly where I
So
was
he
just
went away with
focused on what
Vanessa.
you said. I'm sorry.
You went to see him and he went away somewhere with
Oh yeah,
Vanessa.
he just disappeared. So then me and his friend were kind of annoyed. Like, I thought we came here to meet up with him. Why is he going off? So then me and his friend went to uh, these guys' apartment, these guys that do music, and we were just chilling there and everything was fine. I was like, okay, Jan is probably doing whatever he's doing, I don't care. And we were just chilling, and then Jan comes in. He walks in, and then Vanessa and her friend walk in. I was like, okay, this is weird. This is kind of uncomfortable. But I didn't say anything. Me and her didn't talk to each other. We didn't even look at each other. Nothing. There was no conflict in the apartment when we were all there. And then at one point, I told Jan, can we just step out for a second? And I told him, like, can you tell me, like, what the heck is going on here? This is really uncomfortable and this is really weird. Like, what's going on? He's like, I didn't know you were going to be here, blah, 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 blah. And then we, sorry, just text messages. He said, I told him, like, this is really uncomfortable. Like, why is Vanessa here? Like, what's going on? And he said, oh, I didn't know you were going to be here. So then we walked back into the apartment, and then he, like, left with them. I guess he was going to, like, the beach or something. And they all left. Him, Vanessa, and Chandler, they all walk out, but then they came back, and then we were all leaving. So then I told Jan, like, he had to stop by the apartment to get something. So I told him, because they were all gonna drive. So obviously I'm not gonna go with them because obviously, like, it's kind of weird, you know? So I told Jan, uh, let's just take an Uber, like me and you, to the apartment, because he was obviously gonna go and hang out with them or do something with them, and obviously, like, I wasn't gonna join in on that, you know. So we left. We all walked
Okay,
out.
Vanessa says there was a part when you guys went to the Uber and then he left you in the Uber and then he went out
Yeah,
and hanged out with her. Was
I'm
that
telling you,
then?
like, I'm telling you this whole entire, like, what happened that
Okay.
night. So like we all walked out together, and I was thinking that me and Jan were gonna take an Uber, just me and him, to the apartment, because obviously I'm not gonna get in Vanessa's car and, like, go. Like, I had no idea. I at this point, like, I know I was confused as fuck. I had no fucking idea if they were together. I had no idea. To me, it really seemed like they had something going on for sure. Especially since, like, when he walked in, he didn't, like, say hello to me, and he was just choosing to, like, leave with them. So at that point, I was already, like, confirming, okay, they've got something going on, and that's, like, fine. But that's, like, really fucked up that he would not be honest with me. You know, I just So this was the night that everything really went down the fucking drain 100%. Like this was the night that everything, like the big conflict really started, which is what's really caused what's going on now. Um, but we all walk out, and we're all walking out of the building, and this Jan was me and Vanessa are obviously like she's feeling him, I'm feeling him, like I'm thinking like, oh, he's with her. You know, it was just kind of awkward between me and her cuz like, you know what I'm saying? So he
Yeah.
was walking, and like I'm like trying to walk next to him, and she's like walking next to him too, and then he like turns around. He turned around to like go say something to a friend. So then like when I turned around, I accidentally bumped into Vanessa, and I was like, it was like a light, like a, it wasn't like a,
Yeah.
oh God, like Vanessa. Why? First of all, why the hell would I try to start a fight with her? Like when I, why would I do that? Like oh, let me just randomly start a fight with her when I'm not even like sure if there like is something going on, like you know. Um, so I accidentally bumped into her, and I wasn't when that happened. At that moment when that happened, I was like, oh shit. I wasn't gonna say anything at all. But then she was like, she said something, and whatever she said was really like kind of unnecessary, and I was like, you need to chill, like you need to calm down, please. And she's like, oh, I need to calm down. So then from there we started like kind of yelling at each other, and then she got
What did she
scared.
say to you that you were like, calm down?
She just said something about like, oh, like something about like, oh, it's okay, girl, something, I don't know, the way she didn't say anything like, oh, you bitch or anything like that, but just the
Was
way
being
that she
smart?
said it, really like really kind of like bitchy, and like kind of saying like, "Oh, I don't fucking like you," and I was just
Yeah.
like, "I need to calm down, please. Like, calm down." She's like, "Oh, I need to calm down." And then from there, like, we just started yelling at each other, but there was never like any physical, like, punch you in the face or like strangle you or like push you. There was never anything like that. She wants to make it seem that way, but that's absolutely not true at all. So that happened, and then she got security, and security just basically was asking us like, oh, who's with who, what the hell is going on here? And then they basically just said like, oh, like I need to leave, and that's fine. Like we all walked out of the building, and it was just like that was literally the most fucking awkward elevator ride I've ever like
So,
experienced.
she's
We're all like in a little
she's like, you
enclosed.
guys start yelling at each other, and she's like, security, security. Like, she called security.
Yeah, she like got security. So then like security was off. Like I don't live there, so it's like they were basically just they were kicking me out. They weren't like, oh, she
Okay.
needs to get out, but like I had to leave, and that's fine. Like whatever, it's not a big deal.
Can you explain what you guys started yelling about? Like, what did you guys say to each other? And was Chandler involved, or was this just you and Vanessa at the time?
The first, like when I bumped into her and we were yelling at each other, I can't like remember exactly. Oh, she was like, "You don't live here. You don't live here." And I said, I was like, "Oh, really? Why does that matter? That doesn't matter. Like, what, you're gonna pick me up and you're gonna like throw me out? Like, if I don't live here. Like, just pick me up and like throw me out. Why don't you?" That's what I said to her, and I did get in her face, and I told her like, "You like what? You wanna? I don't live here. Like, what does that mean? Like, cool." Um, so then that's when she turned around. Then she went and got the security guard that was like hanging around. So then after that, we all get in the elevator, and it was like really weird. So then we all like are outside of the building, and then there's still conflict. There's still me and her start going at it again. At this point, her friend is like getting involved, and her friend is just like kind of like in the back, just like kind of like feeding onto what Vanessa says. And I'm just like literally like going off at both of them. Like I was yelling at Vanessa, we were yelling at each other, and then I'm kind of going back at Chandler like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do right now? Like, why are you in this? This is between me and her, clearly. What's going on? Who are you? So like they're both trying to come at
You
me,
were
and
bossed up. You were just like, and
so they were both just trying to like rip me apart, or just like be, like it was really funny because it's like Vanessa's like she's like trying to be the big like woof woof, And then Chandler's just in the back like, yeah, she's, yeah. And she's like feeding into it. It was really annoying. Um,
I know people like that. You got the people like, yeah, like I can imagine how irritating that is.
background noise. She's like just feeding into it. It was. I think that's what this whole thing is. You know how she like goes on Twitter and then she like goes and she like says something to what Vanessa says, and it's like she's just like the little like, yeah, I'm just gonna like feed into it and just make it worse and just, you know. Anyways, so that's what was going on. Me and her were still like having this conflict, and then they were, like I said, they were all planning something. They were gonna go to the beach or whatever, and obviously I wasn't included in those plans, obviously. Um, so then Jan still needed to stop by the apartment and grab something. So then I was still thinking me and him were gonna take an Uber back, and then he calls an Uber, and then the Uber, yes, Chandler the Chihuahua. Sorry, sorry, I just saw that person's comment. Anyways, I'm still thinking that me and him are gonna take. This was the most fucking embarrassing thing that's like ever happened to me, honestly. But I thought me and him were gonna take an Uber, and when the Uber arrives, like he wouldn't even like get in the car with me. Like he just like, I was like, Jan, if you don't get in the car with me right now, that's really fucked up. Like if you don't get in the car with me right now, that's really fucked up. And he just said, he was just saying, we're going to the same place, like we're going to the same place, it's not a big deal. And I was like, that's really messed up, because it's like clearly I'm being humiliated, and then the fact that he just like, you know, kind of wouldn't even
Yeah.
get Uber with me.
He basically didn't have your back. Like he didn't explain what was going on. Something was happening, and he even didn't bother. He could have at least went home with you and go, "Look, this is what's happening." Da 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 da. Da. So it looks like he didn't bother telling you that. Yeah.
No, he like didn't. He was honestly in this whole thing. It's really annoying because he's basically in the shadows and he's not getting ripped apart, and like nobody's going after him, nobody's saying anything when he's truly the root cause of everything that's happened. Like what's going on right now? This is Jan. This is his mess. He started this because of his disgusting, deceiving, bullshit actions, like by playing me. Like he created this entire thing and he's just like chilling in the shadows, like not really being a part of it, you know. And it's just really annoying, and that's exactly what he did that night that like the Uber and me and Vanessa like get into a little like argument. He was just not really saying much, you know. He wasn't really on my side. It already seemed like he was already like gone, like he was already like didn't really give a shit. Like it was really hurtful, and really I just didn't know what to do. It was like, wow, this is fucked up. Like I came here for this guy and he's embarrassing me like this, and I'm like giving him all my love, and I'm doing so much to show him that I care, and he's doing this. And like this whole time, like he was just really dishonest with me, because like after the night that he went and talked to Vanessa, about whatever, like the night that he went and talked to her and then everything started to kind of change, I would ask him so much. Like I had so many conversations with him, like, hey, like are your feelings like changing? Like do you still feel the same way about me? Like do you like her? If you like her, it's okay, that's fine, just please tell me, just be honest with me. That's all I asked, and he was never honest with me. And then like he never said anything about her up until the point, um
Okay, so
that night.
we're at the point where you go in the car and he leaves you to go home by yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, so I rode in the Uber by, no. I said I'm not getting in the Uber. Fuck that shit. I'm walking. Like I'm not doing it. So then I was gonna walk to the apartment because it wasn't that far away. And then my phone died. So now I was like, oh crap, now I'm fucked because I do not know the way to the apartment, and I need my GPS. So my phone died, and I'm kind of just like standing trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because they had already like left or whatever. And the next thing I know, like uh, they're beeping at me. They're like in the car or whatever. They're driving by, and then Jan comes out and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like they're gonna take you home, like they're gonna take you home. Vanessa's gonna drive you home, or Chandler or whatever. And I was like, that's really like that's weird. Like this whole entire situation is so fucked up. Like, do you understand
Okay,
how
I have to stop you there. Why didn't you not catch the Uber? Like, what made you go, I'm just going to walk it? How come you
I
didn't catch the
was
Uber?
I was just fucking pissed. I was disgusted. I was annoyed. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm not even gonna get in the Uber. Like, I was just really in shock. I was really in shock and really embarrassed and just really appalled at the fact that he just, the whole time that people are like yelling at me and like ripping me apart and like trying to kick me out of the building, and these girls coming at me and just people laughing and all this stuff. Like, he just didn't say anything. He did not stick up for me at all. He was
He
just
didn't even try to be the peacemaker? Did he try to be the peacemaker?
no, he wasn't. He didn't. He was just kind of like standing back, not really saying anything, just like he's doing right now. Like, he's not doing shit. He's just chilling. This is his problem. He started this. Like, me and Vanessa should not be like having any sort of conflict at all right now. Like, he lied to me.
Okay.
He lied to her too. Like, he lied to both.
Okay, so you started walking, they beeped, he got out of the car and said Chandler would drive you home. What happened after that?
Like, I need to get to my apartment. Like, I'm not gonna stay in the street, so I took the ride. So then, like, Chandler drove me home in these guys' car, but Jan didn't even get in the car with me. He went with Vanessa, which was like another, like, really, like, I was just so embarrassed. Like, I was the whole car ride, I was just thinking to myself, this whole entire situation is so embarrassing. Like, this is disgusting. So then they brought me to the apartment. So then I go in, and then Jan comes in, and then I was like, then we talked, and like a little bit before he left, I was like, this is really fucked up. Like, this is so messed up. So then he left, and then he went to go do like his whatever they were gonna go do, and then he came back. Him and the friend came back at, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then that's when they got their stuff and they left. And then that's when the fucking recording. That's when they started recording. First of all, why the fuck were they recording? Why? Like, what was the purpose? Like, why? Like, was this premeditated or something? Was this premeditated story time?
From what Chandler said, right, when they went back to your house to get their stuff and leave, apparently they were up there for a while. So I'm guessing you guys were arguing. Is that correct? You were arguing maybe with that guy, Jan?
They said, wait, she said that we were all in the apartment for a while, or me and Jan were in the apartment for a while?
You and Jam, I think. I don't know if the other guy was, but you and Jam were up in the apartment for a while.
When they came back? Like, when
Yeah. Because they
No,
were going to get his stuff.
we weren't. He wasn't there for a while at all. Like, he came back at like 4 in the morning. Him and his friend. His friend, like, we were all in the apartment, and then Chandler like comes in, and she's like, "Oh, I need to use the bathroom." So then she uses the bathroom, and then she's still like standing around. I'm like really annoyed. Like, obviously like, there was conflict. Like, I don't want you in my place. I don't want to see your face. Like, you're in my place, and I'm uncomfortable with you here. So she's standing around, and she was just kind of like, I don't know. She obviously doesn't like me, so she's like trying to like just be really like, ugh. I don't know. So then, sorry, it fucking pisses me off that I was recorded without my permission. That pisses me off. That's so like beyond words. Like, why would you do that? Like, it makes me think that this entire thing was premeditated for a story time or something. It makes me feel makes me feel like I was ganged up on. Like, what the fuck? So we were in the apartment, and no, Jan was not there for a long time. Hasia, his friend left. And then they all left because I had kicked Chandler out. I told her to get the hell out. I told her, like, get the fuck out right now. So then they all left, and me and Jan were left in the apartment.
So what got you to yell at her and be like, just fuck out of my apartment? Because I did hear the recording. It was funny. I'm not going to lie.
Literally just fucking standing there, like, just giving me these stupid ass looks. Just, I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, what? Like, get the fuck out of my apartment. And I told her, I was like, I literally told her, like, I'm paying for this. I'm paying for this, and I don't fucking want you in here. Get out right now. Get out. And
Okay.
she, like, she wouldn't get out, and it pissed me off. Like, she wouldn't, she was just standing there. She was like, oh, they're paying for it. And I told her, no, I'm paying for it, and I want you to get out. And she was just standing around. So then that's when I raised my voice, and I told her, like, get the fuck out. Like, it's my place. I'm paying for
Yeah.
it. Like, her there.
Yeah.
She's making me
Okay,
feel.
so this is the situation I have in my head. It's really early in the morning, you're probably really tired, you've already been picked on by her, Vanessa, they all fucking ganged up on you. That shit's happened, so you're pissed, you're upset. I can imagine why. You're in that apartment, she comes in, says she's gonna use the toilet, but instead she's being smart and she's
Yeah.
giving you looks. And in the recording, there's a recording when you go, something about her eye contacts look ugly, and then you tell her to fuck off. So I could probably understand why you did say that, because of everything that happened, and then she's in the back and you're just pissed the fuck off. I could understand why you just went like, rah, like get the fuck out of here, you're annoying, you know what I mean? Throw in some low blows or whatever. I could understand, especially because she was doing all that shady shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was just all built up. Like it was like you said it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm pissed off as hell. Like I'm disgusted. I don't know like what like I'm just really appalled trying to understand like what the fuck just like what's going on. Like this is messed up. Why the hell is Jan like not sticking up for me at all? Like why? You know, so like that's why I said that to her. It was just like a reaction, like a fucking like, what the fuck do you want? You know, like why the fuck are you picking on me? I've done nothing. I was fed up. I was being ganged up on. Like I didn't do anything.
Okay. Were you yelling at Jan at that time as well?
I wasn't yelling at him like screaming at him like fuck you, but I was like what the hell? Like tell me what's going on like and he was recording me. Like that recording, first of all, her recording where I say like oh you've got something going on with Vanessa and he's like I still like her. I don't know if she's like trying to prove that like they were together or something with that recording, but it's like that recording only like proves that he likes you. That he does not say we're together, I'm with Vanessa. Like I am with her. I don't want
Okay.
you. I want Vanessa. He doesn't say that. All he says is I still like her. And you know that's all I ever wanted him to tell me. Like I wanted him to be honest with me and he never was. That was the only time he was ever honest with me was when he was recording me. And I know he was recording me because we were alone. They had already left. And I remember we were sitting on the bed and we're like just kind of like I'm just asking him like can you tell me what's going on? Like what is this? Like why are you leaving like this? Why are you leaving me alone like this and why are you not sticking up for me? Like what the hell? You know? So situation is fucked up. You know,
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up
glad
that he was
it's over.
recording. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so after that happened, and what happened after that? What was the situation after that?
Um, so he left, and he had told me that he was actually coming. He said, "I'll come back, I promise, like to talk to me and like discuss." He said, like, "I'll go and drop off my things," which he said he was dropping his things off at this guy's place, but he was really going with her. Um, but he told me that he would come back and he would talk to me, and he like never did. He never came back to talk to me. So then at that point I was like, oh my god, like what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Like I don't know like where I'm gonna go. And I was still supposed to this is extremely embarrassing, but I guess it's all being fucking put out there because of people making fucked up videos. I didn't know what to do, and I was supposed to still pay for that night at that Airbnb, uh, but I wasn't gonna be able to because his friend robbed me. His friend straight up robbed me, because that Airbnb was supposed to be for just me and Jan, like alone. Like it was, I wanted to spend time with him by myself to like ourselves, just to like, you know, we had been with his friend the whole time, and I just kind of wanted privacy, so I got that Airbnb for just me and him. But then his friend ended up staying there the whole entire time with us, and he was supposed to, obviously split the cost with me, and he never did. So I was robbed. So I was already missing a lot of money. So then I was.
Okay, because you're already, at this point, you're already paying for the apartment. He didn't pay for it, neither did Jan.
Yeah, like I was no like Jan claimed that he didn't have any money like the whole time, so I was paying his part, and like I had already paid for the apartment like up front or whatever because it was supposed to be me and him, but then his friend didn't have like any place to go, so then he stayed with us. Like I wasn't gonna kick him out. Like I'm not like that.
Did you guys like set a standard up like, hey, you're staying with me, can you pay this much or what?
Yeah, like his friend was, he said, um obviously he knew that he had to split the cost with me. He said it. He said, "Look, pay you. I'm gonna pay you for these couple nights," but then he ended up staying the whole time. Like I think that was like common sense that he would have to, like he knew that he was supposed to pay me the the cost or whatever.
Okay, hang on. So you're saying it's common sense, but did he like have a agreement with you that he was going to
Yeah,
pay for it?
absolutely.
Okay.
That's yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And, then Jan said he was supposed to be coming back, talked to me, he didn't come back, and then I was like, I was stranded, I was fucked, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, like, I'm supposed to still pay for this one night, and I wasn't going to be able to. I called his friend, and I said, right after Jan left, I called his friend, and I wasn't going to, like, argue with him or anything. I literally told him, hey, do you think that you're going to be able to get me that money by, like, in a couple of hours, since I'm supposed to check out of here by 12? And all he did was hang up on me, and he blocked my number. So I was like, yep, he's not going to give me that money, so now I'm fucked. So now I'm at this Airbnb, I'm by myself, I'm completely just disgusted at the situation, I'm confused, and I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, this is just really shitty. So then somebody that had, one of
But
the
you
with us.
you did say at the start that you paid for it already. Is that correct?
Yes, I had paid for it. Because I had paid a certain amount of money for 4 nights, but then I ended up staying at that Airbnb longer. I paid for another night, and then I had an agreement with the person who was renting out the Airbnb that I would pay them for the extra night the next day, because I explained to them, look, I'm in a really rough situation. This is like what's going on. So I had an agreement with the person to like pay them for the extra night because we were supposed to check out, but we ended up not checking out.
Okay. So when you guys were going to check out, where were you guys supposed to go after that?
That wasn't really planned because I had been waiting on like a friend. I was supposed to be staying with a friend, and she kind of, that situation kind of went out the drain. Like I was supposed to be staying with a friend, and she said that her friend, who was the place where we were supposed to stay, she said she wants to live by herself. So then that was a situation. I was like, okay, well, I don't know exactly where I'm gonna go. So then like everything was really like we didn't really know what was gonna happen. But like the whole time, I thought that Jan would be there until I figured things out. I thought that he would
Have your back?
Yeah, I thought he would have my back, and I thought everything was gonna be okay. And
But you did run out of money. Is that correct?
I did run out of money. I did, yes.
Okay. So you ran out of money during that time, but Jan wasn't really with you. So did you really expect him to like take care of you after that? When he told you that he's focusing on, it's not a part of his vision to be in a relationship and whatnot.
I mean, I wasn't really expecting him to like like it's really fucking confusing because the whole time he was just fucking like he was leading me on, like even after he said like he's not ready for the to have a relationship right now, he was still like leading me on. He was still like kissing me, he was still sleeping in the same bed with me, he was still like touching me, he was still telling me that he has those feelings for me, that he loves me. He was
Okay.
never honest with me about like Vanessa, like it was still like I don't know, the whole fucking situation is just really complicated between like what happened between me and him because like I had paid for that extra night at that Airbnb, but then like that's what the situation was. We were really I wasn't really sure exactly where I was going to go. I was supposed to go possibly I was supposed to meet up with somebody that would let me stay at their place in Santa Monica, but that was like kind of a it wasn't like a super for sure thing because I had to meet up with the guy and like talk to him. So like that like was kind of the my plan. Like oh I would stay with this guy in Santa Monica, but like that was I was still trying to
Is this
figure
guy a
out.
friend of yours?
I'm sorry.
Is this guy a friend of yours?
The guy, he's actually a photographer. It was a photographer that put me in contact with the guy because it was a photographer that I had met in Miami, and he knew that I was in LA. And I told him, look, I'm in a really rough situation right now. Like, I'm not really sure exactly. I don't have a solid place to stay here in LA. And he told me, oh, I have a friend that lives in Santa Monica. You could possibly stay with him. I'm going to give you his contact information. And
Okay.
um, and he gave the guy my contact information as well, and he contacted me, and we were supposed to meet up and just like discuss stuff because he's not just gonna say oh yeah sure come and stay at my place, like I haven't even met you but come and stay at my place, so like
Okay, so in that situation, you were the last week there. You were basically try to organize plans to stay at other people's places. Is that correct?
like after he after he left, I I was basically thinking like shit, I'm gonna be fucking homeless, like I'm not even sure if I can stay at this guy's place because I haven't met up with him yet. And I just fucking situation is so fucked up. So one of his friends, what I was gonna say is that one of the guys that had witnessed the situation, that Uber, like him not getting the Uber with me and just seeing like the whole thing with me and Vanessa, like yelling at each other, he had hit me up on Instagram through the DMs like it was probably like a half hour after Jan left, and he said, I just want to let you know that I feel really, really bad for you. Like, I'm really sorry this is happening to you. Like, nobody deserves to be going through something like this. Like, I know you're innocent, all this stuff. And then I told him, this is really fucked up. Like, that was really embarrassing, and now I, like, don't have a place to, like, go, really. Like, I'm supposed to meet with this guy about, like, being in his place that I'm not 100% sure, and it all became so much more stressful when I was like by myself completely.
Okay.
You know?
What, how come you didn't go back home? Why didn't you just go, okay, fuck this, I'm going home?
Because I was like, you know what, there's no fucking way that I came to LA to get fucked over like this and go through all this shit. Like, there's no way that God allowed me to come all the way to LA to go through all this shit and then just go back home and just be like, oh, well, that happened. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna just like give up and just let people gang up on me and be disgusting and do all this stuff and then me just be like, okay, well, I guess I just lost everything. Let me just go back home. So I was like, I'm gonna fight and I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna make it work and I'm gonna meet with the agencies and everything's gonna work and everything's gonna be fine for me. So that's why I was staying. I was like, there's no way, like, I was really trying to like
Make it happen.
make it happen for me. Not this wasn't like a stay in LA to be with Jan. This at this point it wasn't like that. This was like a fuck that. Like, I'm not gonna, God's not gonna allow me to come to LA and then have all this shit happen and then I would just go back home. I thought there was like a bigger like purpose. And
Yeah.
I was going to stay and it was like working out. Like after everything happened, like after all that happened, like I was gonna be able to stay, like everything was working out. I was supposed to everything was working out. But the only reason why I ended up leaving was because I booked work with my agency. I booked a job, and I was like, okay, this is like really rough right now. I still don't have like a super solid place to stay, so I don't want to have to fly out to my job like after all this is going on. So I said I'm just gonna go back home and I'm just gonna fly out from there. So
Okay.
that's why I ended up like leaving LA. It was because I booked
Okay.
it.
Okay. So let's go back to the guy hanged up. The guy blocked you. He didn't give you the money. You were hoping that money could at least pay for more days because he did owe you money.
Yes,
What happened after that?
he like after
Can
I
I
called.
quickly go to the toilet again? Is that okay?
What? Yeah, go ahead. That's
I'm
fine.
gonna go to the bathroom. Okay, you think I'll be right back. I drink so much water, guys.
I'm reading what you guys are saying. Hmm.
Okay. Karambi, Fofo Farmer, I'm drying my hands with this tile because I just washed it. I washed my hands. Oh my god, they always say. And I just like to keep in mind I've drunk a lot of water, okay? Jeez. Okay. Okay, so sorry, are you there?
Hey. Sorry, I'm just reading what people's comments.
Okay, so let's get back to yeah, so you didn't have the money to pay for that night. What happened after that?
I didn't have money to. I wasn't. I didn't have money to pay for that. But then, like I said, the one of the people that saw like the Uber situation, like him not getting in with me, he had hit me up. This person had hit me up on Instagram and said, "Look, I feel really bad for you. No one deserves to go through that." So then I was like freaking out. And I was like, "Yeah, this is really fucked up. Like I don't know exactly where I'm gonna go. Like I'm supposed to meet with a person about like possibly being able to stay at their place, but like I don't know what to do." And then the guy said, "Hey, look, you can stay at my place. I'm never there. Like I'm never there, so you can stay there." And I was like, "Thank you so much. That means so much to me." So then he sent me an Uber to pick me up at the Airbnb, um, and I was a little like I felt really like weird leaving the Airbnb because I knew that I still needed to pay for it. But like I contacted the lady and I told her and I talked to her and I told her the situation that I'm in. At the end of the day, she ended up being extremely kind and like understanding, and I did end up paying her. Um, but the guy sent me an Uber, and this guy he lives at the same place where Vanessa lives, so I was going back to that apartment building, and I stayed with him. He let me stay at his place it was supposed to be a week because he was going back home for like a month for like the holidays or something. I don't know. So I was supposed to
Okay.
stay at that place for a week. So what the fuck? I never was never standing outside Vanessa's apartment place and telling people a sob story. What the fuck? That's so hard
Okay.
to believe.
Okay, so she made that up. Okay, so
Yeah. Shit.
this is when this is when you hit the guy, right? So what happened? Why did he kick you out? I believe he kicked you out. Is that correct?
Yes, he kicked me out because he was somehow brainwashed and made and like his friends brainwashed him and somehow I became the bad guy. Somehow they convinced talking all
Are you there, Illy?
Am I frozen? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now. Just try to stand still with your phone. Don't move it around a lot.
Okay, sorry. Here we go.
Okay, cool.
Bad lighting.
Okay, so basically, what were we up to? Yeah, so there was that video. You're getting really bad messages and stuff. What happened after that?
Sorry, you're like lagging. I'm waiting for it to not be lagging. Say something.
I'm good. Are you good?
I think I'm good. Oh, it seems like it's lagging a lot.
Okay, hold up one sec. I got my good internet. I got like the fastest internet, so it should be good.
Why is Chandler? She's literally Vanessa's little minion. Her little like, yeah, I'll go do that work for you. I'll go like investigate for you. I'll go see what's going on.
Look, just ignore her for now. So, look, like I said, Chandler, add me on Facebook. I've done this before. We can mediate. We can do a three-way. I prefer to do it that way. Okay. Illy, is you there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so, what happened after you got all those messages and stuff like that?
I mean, I was basically just defending myself, and Jan I was on the phone with him, and he told me if you post anything, she's going to disable your account. She's like gonna delete your account. She's gonna get it shut down. And I was like, what the fuck? And he said like I told her not to do that, but she said that she's going to, if you keep posting stuff, because she obviously didn't like that I posted screenshots that proved that I wasn't a crazy fucking stalker bitch like she made me out to be. So, you know, I posted, and then I went to bed, and I woke up, and I saw that my Instagram was disabled. So then I texted. I had a text from Jan. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna keep posting shit." And I was like, oh, you got her to disable my account. And, like, I have text messages where he says that was effortless for her. She did that. Like, she got it shut down. So, yes, she shut down my page. So she has some sort of connection at Instagram. I have no idea. But I know that in her Younow that she tried to say that, oh, I don't have that power. Oh, I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. So she's lying to her fans. Like, she literally lies to her fans. So, I mean, there's proof of all this shit that I'm saying. Like, there's proof of everything.
Okay, so that happened. I just like to point out, Nessa, Martin, you need to stop the drama. Look, her story has been brushed, man, and she's getting bullied by heaps of people. Do you really expect me to be quiet and be like, oh, I call out fake YouTubers. That's my job. If you don't like my job, then you shouldn't be on here. That's what I do. I want to break down the idolizing barrier. That's why I'm on YouTube, to call out YouTubers who are fake, manipulate their fans. That's why I'm on YouTube. So I just want to point that out. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. Her story has not been told. And people are lying on her. Do you think that's fair for someone to be bullied online and then she gets threats and shit like that? You got to be kidding me, man. Of course I have to speak up about that shit. It's what I do. Anyway, so, guys.
Shit, like, one of these days, you know, the reason, like, yeah, of course, like, I'm a professional model. Like, I don't want this kind of bullshit out there about me. But, like, one of the biggest reasons why I am standing up, you know, and I'm defending myself so much is because, like, one of these days she's gonna do this to somebody else, and it could go very differently, and it could end very tragically. Like, I'm a strong person. I've dealt with bullying before, like I have, and you know, I'm just thinking do this to the wrong person, they could take their own lives. Like, this kind of bullshit is fucked up. Like, cyberbullying, that's a serious thing, and that she needs to be stopped. She needs to be exposed for her lies. So I don't know why people, like, want to say, oh my god, stop the drama, like, just drop it. No, I'm not going to drop it. I'm not going to drop it because I need to clear my name, and she needs to be stopped because she's like, I keep saying it, I'll say it 1,000 times over, she's going to do it to the wrong person. It's going to end tragically.
Okay. Guys, I'd just like to point out, part 2 is coming out today. go check out my channel, Martin Lewis. That video will be put up on my Twitter as well. Her Instagram picture, I will retweet that. Definitely retweet it because I don't think big YouTubers should get away with that. It's really uncalled for. It's not fair. Now, if they have the receipts to prove Illy wrong, they can show it. You know, what's funny, what's his face? Jan reached out. I reached out to Jan. We were messaging each other, and he never followed through, which was really weird. He never followed through into me contacting him, and he was gonna, you know, tell me his side of the story. So it is just really sus. And now that I've seen some receipts have been leaked to me, I've seen a lot of the shit. So I'm just like, wow, this shit is really nasty. So you guys know I do everything in a comedic way. I'm going to have a disclaimer. Unlike some people, I have a disclaimer on my video. I don't want anyone turning around and say I'm being the bully or some shit like that. So I've got you guys, what type of questions you want to ask. Those people who fan mail me, their questions are going to be asked first because they obviously put gold in it. Now, Chandler, if you want to do a three-way, I don't know if he added me on Facebook yet. Let me have a look. Let me see if she added me on Facebook. If not, there's no point.
I know exactly. Why are you getting Chandler to come here? Like, Chandler, like, what do you... This is very funny.
And that's what's even weird. Why is Chandler getting involved? Oh, she has her friend.
She's literally like Vanessa's little... I'm not even gonna...
Like, you know, I've seen some of the stuff you post, Chandler, and I saw how you were, you know, you were very addictive. Is that the word? Addictive? I'm not sure if that's the word. And then people are like, oh, well, because she posts the picture. She posts the picture because everyone's attacking her. Vanessa made out to be crazy. Someone has to clear their name if someone's going to attack them and freaking molest them on their Instagram. I don't know if molest is the right word, but bully them on their Instagram. You feel me? Okay, so I'm ready to take questions. Well, Illy's ready to take questions. And then we'll see what happens. Vindictive, that's it.
I mean, I don't understand, like... It's already, you know, she literally, in the beginning, she wanted to make me out to be, like, just some straight up stalker. Just like, oh my god, he's gonna fall in love with me if I go to LA. He's totally gonna fall in love with me. Let me go to LA. That's been proven wrong. Like...
Yeah.
It's just everything.
Oh, hang on, one thing. Chandler's saying you want my side of the story. I saw your side of the story. It's been uploaded onto YouTube. I listened to your side of the story. So if you want to debate with Illy, which I really don't see what the point is, but if you do, add me on Facebook and I'll be a mediator and you can talk things out. But it sounds like you got fed some bullshit to your ear, to be honest.
Yeah,
My story.
I don't know what she's gonna say. I'm really curious to know what she would even like say. It's like, girl, I've got proof of everything that I am saying. I've got proof. And you want to put out a recording trying to say that I'm a bully? I'm pretty sure you were just on Younow a couple days ago, and the first thing you say is, I don't fucking like that bitch. She looks like a man. So who's the bully? Like, what? Like... I'm confused. I'm so confused.
Chandler's like, okay, look, Chandler, I think I'm gonna block you because you're like, what's the harm of guessing me? What's the harm of us doing a freeway? So you can, you know what I mean? Here's your chance. Like, do you want to sort it out with her, or you just want to show your side? If you want to show your side, you got a YouTube channel, you got 200k subscribers. Why don't you go make a video? Problem solved. I don't have Facebook, Marty. Oh, okay, she said she doesn't have Facebook. My bad.
I'm just confused why Vanessa's not the one trying to, like, defend what I'm saying.
Look, it's up to you, Illy, if you want to do this, okay? I'm more than happy to put her on Younow, and then I can call you through Facebook. Would you want that, or you like, nah, whatever?
No, we can do it. I mean, it's entertaining at this point. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna, like, say? Like, I've got proof of everything that I'm saying. Like, yeah. I think it's really fucked up because it's like me and Vanessa, like, Vanessa, hi, can you see me? Look, I don't have a problem. Like, I don't hate her. I do not hate Vanessa. She is not my enemy. I'm not here to like be competition. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm literally, and I'm not trying to like make Vanessa like look bad because I have beef with her. No, girl, like I'm just exposing your bullshit because it needs to be stopped. Like your bullshit needs to be fucking stopped. Like I'm not trying to make you look bad, but I mean you're making yourself look bad because you're telling lies. And there's proof. Like what? What do
Okay.
people want to ask?
Okay. People are like, why do you want to get involved, Martin? Because I'm a drama channel. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch me. Nothing like that. It's what I do. Okay. So look, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop you Illy. I don't really know. I feel like it's a waste of time, but I'll guess Chandler and I'll call you. I guess we can. I guess we'll do it debate style. She'll have her little minute of talking, and then I'll pause her. You have your minute of talking, and then you will go up. We'll take turns. She can say what she needs to say, and then I guess you will go on the defense. And if you want to say anything, I'll let you say what you want to say, and then she can go on defense. And there's 1 minute and 10 minutes up
No,
altogether.
look,
It's just gonna go on, honestly.
wait a second, please. Wait. Look, I will do the little debate with Chandler if she says that she's got proof, like physical, actual proof of what she's about to like say. If she's got it, then let's see it, okay? But if you don't have shit and you're just gonna come on here and just literally talk with no physical receipts, no physical proof, I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear you.
Okay,
It's a waste of
that's
time and
fine.
a waste of breath.
That's fine. Chandler, do you have the receipts that you, whatever you're about? Yeah, what she said. Always have. Okay,
How do
well,
people know my real name?
are
I'm
you ready to?
serious.
What was that?
I was just wondering how some people know my real name, Ilka.
Ilka. Um. Okay, so someone's like the expired receipts. Okay, well, it's I don't know why you want to get I don't know why you actually want to say anything since your friend didn't want to do the story time, which is really weird. But
They didn't want to do the story time because they know that everything they would say would be ripped the fuck apart. Like,
look, how about you just wait until my video comes out? I got the receipts on my video, and then you can make your video and have the receipts. Honestly, I don't want to waste more of your time, Illy. I'm just being straightforward. If she has the receipts like she claims to have, go put it on a video and upload it. Seriously, I just feel like I have video to make. I got to make a couple of videos today. I've been on here for like 2 hours now. If you have receipts like you claim to do, you can share it with me and share your side of the story if you want. I'm open ears. But if they don't make sense, I'm going to have to point that out there. And so far, it's how do you do a video without all sides? Again, Chandler, you've told me your side on Younow. You told everyone your side on Younow. I am going to point out the facts in my video that you haven't showed the receipts, which I have in part 2, which I'm actually editing right now. I have talked about how you girls have not showed the receipts for your side. If you have the receipts and you claim you're so righteous and you're so right, then make a video, do whatever you need to do. Maybe you would do a Younow because you want to keep it quiet. I don't know. But if you got the receipts like you claim to have, upload it. I know you want to be like, Martin, how can you say that when you don't have no sides? Well, you gave your side on Younow. All I'm waiting for is to see your receipts to see if they're accurate and if they're real. Do we have any legit questions for Illy? Someone's like, you're scared to guest her.
why? I'm not going to waste my time going back and forth with no physical fucking proof. I'm not doing that. Like,
So
why
she
would
has. How you plan on moving? How do you plan on moving on Illy? Someone asked you that.
I mean, honestly, like I just want to get this truth out there and just be done with it. You know, the truth is out there, and then just start doing like what I, you know, like I just want to go on YouTube and just like really just put out positivity and just like just do that. Like obviously somebody needs to do that because like there's so many people like Vanessa, like somebody's got to go out there and teach positivity to the younger generation. Like why the hell would you? I'm sorry. This whole situation is just really disgusting. Like
Okay, one
I
thing
don't
about
even.
Chandler is like, how do you know the video is going to be the full truth? Like I said, Chandler, let me repeat myself and I'll do it a bit slowly for you. If you have in my video, I have said that you haven't showed the receipts to your side yet. If you have the receipts, you have a channel. You have YouTube. Why don't you upload that to YouTube, your channel? You can talk about it. Just do it. You say you got the receipts like you claim. All of a sudden you wanted to drop it. I didn't say in Vanessa's entire broadcast because I had to leave, Martin, so you didn't hear it all. I heard Vanessa's side. That's true. I didn't get to hear the end bit. I also heard Vanessa's, but I did hear the part at the start as well. And you guys showed like a little bit of audio as well. And another question, Vanessa did say she was going to drop it, right? And she wasn't going to do a video. Why do you care so much if it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. These fucking comments or guessed her, guessed her, guessed her, guessed her. Like no, not unless there's proof. Like not
Hang on,
unless you have
she was
physical.
bullied like Ilka.
What? Did someone call me a bully?
Maybe if you guess me, you would understand, Martin. Okay, look, I'm going to take a break and I'll guess Chandler, okay? Look, I just feel like it's just unfair. I think it will have to be a three-way. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to, like, it's up to you, though, if you want to do that, Illy. Do you want to do that? She wants to come on. She wants to show her receipts. I'm more happy to call you to Facebook, whatever she says. She says she has receipts, so...
No, no. You know what? Fuck that. No, Vanessa can comment. She can come here and show her receipts. Like receipts. Like
Yeah, you
fuck.
know what? You're right there. Vanessa can
No,
do it. I don't know why you're
no,
doing it for
Vanessa.
her, Chandler. What do you need?
Vanessa, you hear me? You hear? You hear? You can come on here. You can do a three-way, and you can show your receipts. You don't need to have your little dog come over here and show receipts for you. Own up to your situation and come and show those receipts right now. Like, come on, we'll do a three-way. Like, I'm not. Why Chandler? Why? She's literally just like. She wants to be in this. She wants to be involved. Like, it's just. She's trying so hard. It's so pathetic. Like, no, I'm not doing any three-way unless it's with Vanessa.
Okay, get Vanessa, guys. I'm gonna go to my toilet break. Let's see if they get Vanessa. Vanessa's the one who did start it. I don't know why, you know, maybe Chandler can
Vanessa
tell
can be
her
here.
side on her channel. So if Vanessa's here, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Vanessa can let me know if she's here and we'll do it.
Illy, did you date Dean Stats? Dean Stats? How the fuck is his name being brought up in this? That's so random. That's a friend of mine. That's so random. People of the internet are fucking investigators. No, I did not date him. I've never met him in person, but okay, that's yeah, weird. I know, doesn't it suck? It's so embarrassing. Am I actually a model? Am I gonna have to show this again?
Okay, people are asking, why is my towel over here? Because all my towels are dirty. It's my last one. I need to send it to the cleaner soon.
Sorry, somebody's asking if I'm actually a model. Here's my portfolio from my mother agency in Miami, which is the agency that Vanessa claimed is fake. And here is another portfolio from my agency in Italy, Milan, Italy. It says it right here. Milan. Yes. And
Vanessa
then
won't come on if she can't, unless she comes on, unless you go on first. Well, Vanessa's the one who did the video, so she can go first and then you can go second. If you don't want to do it, then done. We won't do it.
wait, I'm sorry, what? What was that? She wants to come on?
She said Vanessa will, hang on, let me read it for word for word.
This is
Vanessa told me she won't come unless you guess me first. Guess me first. You can't have one side and the other. Let me tell you something, guys, as well. I'm breaking down this drama. Part 2, which will be uploaded soon, is not going to be the full thing, but it is going to be enough to show you what's been going on, the bullshit that's been happening, the you know, the messages between Ilka and this guy. There's enough. And then number 3 is going to be regarding this broadcast now, because I'm going to have to watch this again. I'm going to have to listen to Vanessa's thing on her Younow. I'll listen to him. But look, if you guys have receipts, you can send it to me, you know. You can talk about it now. Get the girl who started it first with her video.
This is like, their story is so fucking make-believe. It's like, why are you, what, like, they're trying so hard. It's like, why are you, like, why don't you just,
Vanessa respects that the rest of my story should be heard.
Billy, how
Look,
did you and
I'm just
we met on Instagram.
What other questions are they? Why can't you guess her? Chandler, just make your own broadcast and guess. She can easily do that. Make her own broadcast. Ilka bullied me. My beef is with like and has nothing to do with Vanessa.
Wait, wait. Is that what Chandler is saying?
Yeah.
She said that I bullied her?
Yeah.
She said that I bullied her and her beef is with me. It's got nothing to do with Vanessa?
Yeah. Were you at the start of this broadcast, Chandler?
Oh, Lord, please help me. Just know that God has given me a lot of patience in this situation, honestly.
If Vanessa respects your story, why Vanessa tell her story first, then your story? I think that's a question to Chandler, not you. Did Chandler just inserted herself in this drama? What the hell?
Wait, let me answer people's questions. Didn't you mention Chandler's ugly contacts? If you guys, I don't know if you guys were here at the beginning, but it's
Yeah,
like,
they weren't here at the beginning.
yeah, I think all these people like were not. Oh shit, I don't. Whew, sorry, my phone's about to die. Oh my god, this is so pathetic. No, Chandler, you can't come on here and say that I bullied you when the first thing that you said in the Younow the other night was, she's a fucking bitch. I don't like her. She looks like a man. Like what? Like what? I'm sorry. I can't. Like, I'm so fucking apology on words. It's
Someone
just
asked me, why are you taking Illy's side? Look, I've seen the information. I've seen the receipts. If I'm wrong, I'm more than happy to apologize to Vanessa, Chandler, and call Illy out if I'm wrong, and if there's receipts to back up what they say. So far, they haven't released the receipts. They don't want to talk about it anymore. Oh, I'll only leave it for my event. I'll talk about it at my event when no one's around and I can poison the minds there, you know? So, yeah, but look, if I'm wrong, and there's a chance that I could be wrong, and look,
Right,
I will point out, and I think you've done a little bit of mistakes as well, and you know, like, you feel embarrassed you avoided the flags, you know, stuff like that. I will point out those stuff. I'm not going to be like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
until she shows her side and stuff.
You know, she's just trying to, by saying that she wants to be guested and like blah 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 blah. It's like, and now she's saying that it's got nothing to do with Vanessa. It's like because I bullied her. Like that's just so like I'm not gonna fucking waste my time having a three-way or like even talking about that because that's just so bullshit. Like you're literally just trying to make yourself look good because you know you're looking bad. Like you're trying so hard to pull some bullshit out to make yourself look good, better. That's like a lying bully.
Okay.
This is very sickening. Like, I just want the truth to be out there, and then I'll just go and like chill and eat, like have some ice cream and just relax. For real, like I just want to go pet
Um,
that. Like, I just
what type of what type of videos are you gonna make? Someone wants to know what type of YouTube videos you're gonna make.
I honestly, I really want to do like comedy, like pranks and stuff like that, and obviously just put out like positivity and like just just one of the things that like I really want to like if I if I become a really successful on YouTube, I really want to um put videos up there of my mom, because my mom, she works with the homeless. Like, my mom has dedicated her life to working with the homeless people, and she does so much, and I just really think that it deserves to be out there. So like I feel like my channel would be, obviously like comedy, like pranks, but I also just want to put a really positive message out there, just like all sorts of positive things, including like what my mom does, for sure.
Okay. Nice. Well, let me see
Yeah.
what other questions are.
Yeah.
Oh well, then she dedicated her life to you when. Oh, ouch! Some shade.
You probably
Um,
say, why are people? Oh my god, sob
if
story.
Chandler wants to tell her side, why don't you just do? Oh shit! It's going so quick.
What is?
The messages. Okay, look. Chandler really wants to hear her side. She's saying that she bullied you. I'm gonna guess her. Okay. If obviously if she's lying, she'll be able to be called out by other stuff.
That I bullied her? This is so stupid. Because I called her contacts ugly, I like bullied her. Am I going online to like over 1 million people and fucking talking shit about you? Like, you're sounding real stupid right now. Like, you're bullying me, you're going online and you're talking crap and you're going back and forth and all this shit. And it's like, I really haven't said anything to you. Like, what, like, this is so stupid. Like, I have nothing, like, I have no other words for it than like, she's stupid. I am sorry, but just like, wow,
Okay,
girl,
well
stay
look, I'm
focused.
gonna see what she has to say and see what happens. Alright? Thank
That's
you
fine.
so much. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your side. Make sure to check out her Instagram. What's your YouTube?
My YouTube. I'm sorry. What?
Your YouTube name.
It's Illy Angel X. It like won't let me set up a username. I don't know. I'm not really on YouTube, so it's like I really don't know much about it. But like,
Okay.
I isn't there like a because if you search Illy Angel X, I don't come up.
Probably because you don't have videos yet. Once you have videos, you will come up. Because my name never used to come up on the top, and now it does. I can help you out with that, but it's
All
pretty
right.
simple.
I'm still learning about it. Like I said, I'm not YouTube, so clearly
Alright.
very new. She
Okay,
doesn't
awesome.
know.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. You're more than happy to stay if you want.
Oh, I'm all set, honestly. But I mean, if she like comes on and she wants to like show her like receipts and like show that I bullied her and all this stuff, then sure, I'll come back on, cause it's
Okay.
like, so
Alright, thank you so much.
thank
Peace.
you. Bye.